Where are we now, Jake?
I don't know where we are, but wherever the detective agency has teleported us this time, it sure is a busy city.
I know. I can barely think with all of this noisy traffic.
Noisy or not, we have to think fast.
That's for sure. According to the agency, an important work of art will be stolen within 4 days, and we're supposed to stop it from happening.
Did they give us any clues?
The agency only gave us one clue, an old red cat. But they don't know what it is or where it is.
An old red cat? We are supposed to stop someone from stealing an important work of art, and our only clue is a cat?
Don't worry, Jake. We may just be teenagers, but we are excellent detectives.
Maybe we should go to the zoo to find an old red cat.
What does a cat in a zoo have to do with art?
Art is usually found in museums, but I don't think we'll find a cat in a museum.
No, not a real cat, but maybe someone will try to steal a painting of a cat.
Good thinking. Let's find out what city this is. Then we can find a museum. I'll buy a map at the magazine stand over there. Hello, sir.
Good morning. Can I help you?
Yes, please. I need a map of the city.
Ah, you would like a map of Mexico City?
Yes, Mexico City. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Goodbye.
Goodbye. Well, Summer, it looks like we are in the capital city of Mexico.
Great. Now all we need to do is find a museum. I just hope we're not too late. According to my map, the museum should be across from the post office and next to the police station.
It would help if we knew where the post office and police station were.
They're not far from the fire station.
Summer, this isn't helping. We may be good at solving clues, but apparently we aren't very good at reading maps. Let's just put down the map and think about this.
Okay. Who usually goes to museums?
Students? Tourists?
Tourists. If we go to the tourism office, they can tell us where to find the museum.
And what makes you think we'll be able to find the tourism office when we can't find the museum?
Good point. Wait a minute. Do you see what I see?
I can't see much. That tour bus is blocking my view.
Exactly. And where there is a tour bus, there are bound to be tourists.
I'll go talk to them.
Okay, but we need to hurry. And remember, don't blow our cover. This is a top-secret mission.
Hello, sir.
Yes?
Do you know where I can find the museum?
This is the museum.
Excuse me?
The museum is behind you. You are standing in front of it. But the building is closed for our private tour.
I see. Thanks for the information.
What did he say?
The good news is we found the museum. The bad news is it's closed for a private tour.
Well then, detective, consider yourself a tourist. We're going in.
Attention, please. The tour is about to begin.
Just try and look like a tourist. We don't want the guide to notice us.
Summer, I have a map and I'm on a tour. Of course I look like a tourist.
Please remember, as you enter the museum, silence is golden.
Shh! We're going inside.
Quietly follow me past the snakes and tigers to the bird exhibit.
That's strange. Do you know of any famous paintings of tigers and snakes?
No, but there's a lion sculpture right next to you. It's very realistic. It even has hair.
Jake, that's not a sculpture. It's a real lion.
Why would there be a lion in an art museum?
This is not an art museum, Jake. It's a natural history museum. Look at all of the animals.
Yes, and they look so natural. It's extraordinary.
Jake, we don't have time to admire the animals. We have to get out of here fast.
Let's hide behind this giraffe.
Perfect. The tourists and the guide won't see us when they walk past, and then we'll run for the exit.
Just watch out for the... lion.
Oh no! I knocked over the lion.
What was that noise?
Run! Summer, this is ridiculous. We don't know what we're looking for, and we don't know where it is.
The agency sent us to Mexico. So think of Mexican art that features old red cats.
I saw a painting of an old red cow, and I saw a painting of a young black cat, but I can't find any paintings of an old red cat.
It may not be a painting. The cat may be a sculpture.
But if the painting or sculpture has already disappeared, we won't be able to see it.
Yes, but if it hasn't disappeared, it may give us another clue. Watch out for any strange activity.
I don't see any strange activity here at all. Everything is normal.
Everything is not normal, Jake. According to the agency, important works of art are disappearing all over the world.
Well, nothing has disappeared from this museum.
Nothing has disappeared yet. Someone may be waiting until the museum closes.
Summer, there has been no suspicious activity in any of the art museums we have seen, except for maybe that man over there.
What man over there? The man with the camera?
Yes, I think that man with the camera is the same man who sold me the map.
But why would the man who sold you the map be in the museum?
Maybe he likes art.
Or maybe he's watching us.
Why would he be watching us?
I'm not sure. But if he's not watching us, then why would he take our photograph?
Did he just take our photograph?
He sure did. And now he's walking out the door. Let's follow him. I can't believe we lost track of the man with the camera. This mission is a disaster.
Just because we lost track of the man with the camera doesn't mean the mission is a disaster.
Jake, we've been lost in the city, we've been to the wrong museum, we knocked over a stuffed lion, and we don't have any clues other than an old red cat. Don't you think that's a disaster?
No, we may not have been very successful, but it's still not a disaster.
Now we only have 3 days left to investigate. We will have to work all night.
Work all night? I thought maybe we could listen to some music in the park.
Jake, we don't have time to stop investigating to go to the park. We're detectives, not tourists.
And just because we are detectives doesn't mean we can't listen to music or eat at a nice restaurant.
You go listen to music in the park or whatever you want to do. I'm going to do some more investigating.
There's still plenty of time to investigate. Besides, what makes you think we won't find clues in the park?
Don't be ridiculous. Do you really think you'll find an old red cat in the park? Or hidden in your vegetables?
No, I don't think I'll find the cat in my vegetables, but at least I won't be too hungry to think. Come on. What do you say?
Don't be so sure about that, Jake. Besides, everyone knows cats are nocturnal. Maybe nighttime is the best time to find the answer to our clue. Come on, Jake, wake up! It's a beautiful morning. The sky is so blue.
Oh, I'll have to take your word for it. I'm so tired I can barely open my eyes.
Open your eyes, Jake. The grass in the park is so green.
The only color I want to see is the black on the inside of my eyelids.
It only feels early because we stayed up so late.
Which is exactly why we should still be sleeping. In case you couldn't tell, I'm not a morning person.
Well, wake up, sleepyhead. I've made a list of things we need to do today, and we need to move quickly.
It's too early to move quickly.
According to my research, There are a lot of small museums that we haven't seen yet.
Summer, we're not going to any small museums.
Just because they're small doesn't mean they're not important.
We won't be going to small museums or big museums. We're not going to any more museums.
I suppose you have a better idea.
While you were doing research on your computer last night, I went to the magazine stand and saw this small brochure on Chichen Itza.
Chichen Itza? Are you planning to visit the Mayan Riviera?
Look closely. This small brochure contains a big clue.
What makes you think a small brochure contains a big clue? It's just a bunch of old ruins.
Those old ruins are big pyramids, and inside those big pyramids are ancient works of art.
Brilliant thinking! Now all we need is a fast way out of this noisy city.
I've got it taken care of. That yellow bus over there leaves the city in 15 minutes.
I'm not sure taking the bus to Chichen Itza was such a good idea.
This was the only bus out of the city today.
Maybe we should have walked instead of taking the bus. We may wind up in the hospital before we get to Chichen Itza.
Why would we wind up in the hospital?
If the driver keeps driving so fast, we're going to get in an accident.
He's not driving that fast. Besides, there aren't many other automobiles on the road to get into an accident with.
There may not be automobiles on the road, but there are chickens on the road.
Those aren't chickens. They have red combs on their heads. They must be roosters.
Chickens, roosters, whatever. If the driver hits one, we might have an accident.
I wouldn't worry about that now.
Why not?
Because I think we just got a flat tire. We can't hit a chicken or a rooster if we're not able to drive.
Oh, great. Are you saying we might be stuck here in the jungle with a bunch of chickens?
No, I'm saying we might be stuck here in the jungle with a bunch of roosters.
That's just perfect. We finally get out of the city only to get stranded in the jungle.
Too bad the agency didn't just teleport us to Chichen Itza instead of Mexico City. It's as hot as an oven in this bus.
It sure is. It's so hot you could fry an egg on the sidewalk. If there was a sidewalk.
There may not be a sidewalk, but with all the farmers on this bus, we have plenty of eggs.
Not to mention farm animals.
This is the first time I've ever ridden a bus with sheep. Excuse me, bus driver, is there a spare tire? No, there is no spare tire. We have to wait here for help.
Wait here for help? There's no time to wait. I say we start walking.
Don't start walking yet. I see a big truck coming. Good morning. Excuse me, we have a flat tire. Do you have an extra tire, please?
No, I don't have an extra tire, but I might give you one of my regular tires for a good trade.
Perhaps one of these passengers will trade some vegetables and eggs for a tire.
A tire is worth more than some vegetables and eggs, but I would trade a tire for that computer.
No way am I trading my computer for a tire.
Summer, your computer won't help us if we're stuck in the jungle.
I'll stay in the jungle before I give up my computer.
Okay. Pardon me, sir. Would you possibly trade one of your chickens for a tire?
Sure. I'd trade a chicken for a tire. No, a tire is worth more than a chicken. But I would trade a tire for a sheep.
Okay, would you trade a sheep for a tire?
Well, I guess if it gets us out of this jungle, I'd trade a sheep for a tire.
It's a deal. You give us the tire, and we'll give you a sheep.
Good job, Jake. It looks like we'll get to Chichen Itza in time after all. Finally, we're in Chichen Itza. We would have run out of time if you hadn't traded for that tire.
But there isn't much time left. Let's hope the old red cat is somewhere here in the heart of ancient Mayan civilization.
The architecture is so interesting.
Interesting and enormous. The buildings are so big. I feel like a tiny insect next to them.
Where should we start?
The question is, where would the Mayans have kept their art?
According to my research, these ancient ruins were temples, palaces, markets, even ball courts.
I think we should probably start with a temple or a palace. Can you imagine living in a Mayan palace thousands of years ago?
I don't want to imagine living in ancient times with all of the fighting, even if I lived in a palace.
Who did the fighting?
The Mayans and the Toltecs fought over the territory for many years. Then the Spanish took over, but they abandoned the territory.
Why did the Spanish abandon the territory?
No one knows for sure. A lot of information was destroyed in the final battles.
Ah, so there are many mysteries in these ancient ruins.
We can't solve the mysteries of the ancient Mayans, but we have to solve the mystery of the old red cat, and we only have a few hours left. We have a lot of ruins to explore and not a lot of time before the sun goes down.
I don't want to have to investigate in the dark. These ruins are spooky enough in the daylight.
You're not afraid of the dark, are you, Jake?
I never said I was afraid of the dark. I just don't want to climb stairs when I can't see my feet.
Good point. I wouldn't want you to have an accident. You could fall down the stairs and break your leg.
If I fell down these stairs, I'd break more than just my leg.
Jake, don't look at him directly. But there's a man over there near the stairs.
The man wearing the blue golf shirt?
Yes, the blue golf shirt and brown pants.
I see him. What about him?
Does he look familiar?
He looks a little familiar. He almost looks like the man with the camera in the museum, except he has a beard.
Look closely. I recognize his face. It's definitely familiar.
Wait a minute. I do recognize that face. It's the bus driver.
But why would the bus driver be acting like a tourist?
I don't know, but I'm going to find out. Wait, where did he go?
I don't know. He was just here a minute ago.
Maybe the bus driver wasn't really a bus driver after all.
It looks like the Mayan ruins hold more mysteries than we know.
There's a lot of ground to cover. We'll have a better chance of finding him if we split up.
Okay, I'll go this way, you go that way. But hurry! He's getting away! There you are, Jake. I've been looking everywhere for you.
You're not supposed to be looking for me. You're supposed to be looking for the man in the blue golf shirt.
I can't find him anywhere. It's like he disappeared into thin air.
He's just disappeared into the group of tourists, but I have a feeling he's still in Chichen Itza.
I've seen a few tourists in blue golf shirts, but none of them look like the bus driver.
Wherever he is, we need to find the old red cat before it disappears too.
According to my research, archaeologists have found many artifacts here in the enormous El Castillo Pyramid.
What kind of artifacts have archaeologists found?
There are sculptures of serpents and an ancient king's throne that looks like a jaguar.
Did you say a king's throne that looks like a jaguar?
Yes, the archaeologists built a tunnel inside the pyramid that leads to the jaguar throne.
What color is the king's throne?
It says here it was red with green eyes. Hey, wait a minute.
Are you thinking what I'm thinking?
A red jaguar.
In ancient ruins.
An old red cat.
Come on, Summer. You're going to have to climb faster than that.
I'm climbing as fast as I can. These steps are tall and my legs are short.
Well, just try to hurry up.
How can you jump up these steps? It's hard enough to just walk up.
I'm on the track team in school, remember? Now come on, Shorty.
Jake, if I had wings, I would fly to the top. But unfortunately, I have to climb.
I'm not asking you to fly. Just climb faster.
I'll try, but ouch!
Are you okay?
Ow! I twisted my ankle. I don't think I can climb anymore. Go ahead without me.
Are you sure?
Definitely. Look! There's something going on up ahead.
All of the tourists are leaving the pyramid. I see police.
Why would there be police at the pyramid?
I should check it out. Are you sure you're okay?
I'm positive. Now go!
Excuse me, sir. What's going on? I'd like to see the red jaguar.
Sorry. No one is permitted to go inside the pyramid.
Why can't I go inside to see the red jaguar?
The red jaguar is no longer in the pyramid.
Where did it go?
That's confidential police information.
Did someone steal the artifact in broad daylight?
Like I said, that's confidential. I'm going to have to ask you to leave now.
I see. Thanks a lot. Someone steals an artifact in a busy tourist destination and no one sees it? Incredible. This is definitely the work of professionals. Oh, no. There's nothing but sand as far as I can see.
I hope it's a mistake. I'm not about to dig through all of this sand for a clue. Wait a minute. I think I see camels.
I don't think they're camels. I think they're horses.
They can't be horses. Horses don't have humps.
But camels have 2 humps. Those animals have 1 hump.
Not all camels have 2 humps. Some only have 1. Besides, there aren't usually horse caravans in the desert.
True. Looking at these camels and this desert, I'd say we're in Egypt.
If that's true, then it's probably the Sahara Desert.
I've read once that the Great Pyramids are in Giza. Maybe this assignment has something to do with more pyramids.
Good idea. According to my computer, we should head east to reach Giza. But who knows how many hours it will take to walk there?
Hours of walking in the hot desert? This isn't a mistake. This is a disaster. Hey, maybe one of those camels over there will give us a ride. I'll go ask. Excuse me, sir. How much for a ride to Giza on your camel?
My camel is not for sale.
I don't want to buy your camel. I just want your camel to take me to the city.
That would be 300 Egyptian pounds.
I could give you 30 American dollars.
40 American dollars and you have a camel to ride to Giza.
Sold. Come on, Summer. We've got a camel to catch. Good thing we got a ride on those camels. We'd still be in the desert instead of inside the Great Pyramid.
I can't believe we're inside the pyramid.
Actually, we're under the pyramid.
This monument is incredible.
I know, but there are so many stairs.
The latest agency information says that an ancient treasure will be stolen from Egypt in less than 4 hours if we don't do something to stop it.
We need to find the secret chambers at the bottom of the stairs.
How can we find anything? These flashlight batteries are dying, and I'm afraid to climb these stairs in the dark.
Does the darkness make you nervous, or do the stairs make you nervous?
I have no fear of the dark. It makes me nervous to think about twisting my ankle again.
The only thing that makes me nervous is the idea of someone stealing something and being too late to stop it.
Jake, look! These must be the secret chambers. Can you see anything?
No, I can't see anything. There's a problem.
What's the problem? That you can't see anything?
No, seeing's not the problem. The real problem is that there's nothing here to see. It's just a bunch of empty rooms.
Do you think the ancient treasures have already been stolen?
It doesn't look like there was any ancient treasure in this pyramid to begin with.
We are probably in the right city, but this is definitely the wrong pyramid.
Definitely. We better get back up soon. We don't have much time to find the next target.
We also don't have much time left to use these flashlights. The batteries will be dead in a few minutes.
A few minutes? Now that really makes me nervous. Hurry up. Start climbing.
I never thought we'd make it up those stairs before the flashlights stopped working.
They work, they just need new batteries.
In any case, we have less than 3 hours to stop the Egyptian treasure from being stolen. How are we going to solve this mystery without any clues?
Hey, Summer, look over there.
Where? Those houses with the flat roofs?
Yes, there's a man standing in front of the concrete houses with flat roofs. He's watching us.
Maybe he's just wondering why we're standing across from his house.
No, the way he's watching us isn't normal.
Jake, we aren't Egyptian. We're the ones who don't look normal around here.
That's not what I mean. There's something strange about him.
Shh! He's coming over here. Just act natural.
Have you seen the young king?
Pardon me?
Have you seen the young king?
Who is the young king? Sir? Excuse me, sir? Where is he going?
What was all that? Who is the young king?
I don't know, but I think I recognize that man.
You're crazy. With his head covered up, you could only see his eyes.
Exactly, and I've seen those eyes before.
First, the camera guy looks like the bus driver, and now this guy. Do you really think we're being watched by the same man?
Maybe, but we're not just being watched. I think we've just been given a clue.
I'm curious what he meant to say with the young king.
In Egypt, there's only one famous young king, King Tut.
King Tut, of course. He was only 9 years old when he became king. They buried him with all of his riches.
I should have paid more attention in the classroom. We learned about this in school.
Just consider Egypt our classroom, Jake. You can learn more about Egypt here than sitting in a classroom.
The question is, where is the tomb? Let's ask that taxi driver. Excuse me, sir. Where is King Tut's tomb?
In the Valley of the Kings.
And where is the Valley of the Kings?
The Valley of the Kings is in Luxor.
Where is Luxor?
Luxor is very far away.
Can we get there by automobile?
It would take many hours to get there by automobile.
Sir, we're in a very big hurry and it's getting dark. Do you know where we could find a small airplane to take us to Luxor?
I don't have an airplane, I only have an automobile. But my cousin Ali has an airplane.
Really? Do you think he could take us to Luxor?
Yes, of course, my friends. I will take you to his plane.
Thank you. We need to get to Luxor quickly.
Let's just hope Ali can actually fly a plane. This is our only chance to get there on time.
That was the scariest plane ride I've ever taken in my life.
I hear you. The plane was shaking so much, I thought the wing was going to fall off.
Fortunately, we made it safe and sound to the Valley of the Kings. Do you see anything open?
No, everything's dark.
I hope we don't get there too late.
It'll be difficult to get into the tomb if it's locked.
Listen. What do you hear?
I don't hear anything.
Exactly. Don't you think there should be security here? There shouldn't be so much silence.
Let's check it out. Look, this must be the crypt. Try to open the door.
It's open. That's rare.
Summer, we don't have time to talk.
Don't you think it's strange that the crypt is unlocked and there is no security in the area?
Summer, the only strange thing is we're still standing here instead of investigating the tomb. Hurry!
What if the guard returns while we're inside and locks us in?
I have a funny feeling he won't return tonight. I hope we don't get the mummy's curse.
That's fascinating, Jake. Just what I want to hear when I'm ready to investigate a tomb, that something terrible might happen to us.
It is fascinating. They never found the reason for the tragic deaths of all the archaeologists that investigated Tut's tomb.
What caused the tragedies was unfortunate illness and terrible accidents, not a curse.
Pretty interesting statistics for sure.
Here we are. According to the plans on my computer, the mummy of King Tut should be right here, in this tomb.
Are you sure you have the right plans?
Yes, I have the right plans.
But if this tomb is empty, that means only one thing.
I know. Once again, we're too late. So far, ancient treasures have been disappearing from ancient places. I think we should go to Greece. They're known for their ancient art and ruins.
You're drawing premature conclusions. We should wait for the agency to contact us.
Jake, treasures have disappeared from the ruins of Chichen Itza and ancient Egypt. My conclusion is fair, not premature. Besides, we've been too late every time the agency has sent us somewhere.
I still think we should wait for the agency to send us where we need to go.
You can wait. I'm going to Greece on my own. Maybe I can get there before the thieves do.
You want to divide our team?
I don't want to divide our team. But if that's what we have to do to stop this, then that's what we have to do.
Good luck. Hello? Summer Smith's room, please.
One moment, please. Hello?
Summer, is that you?
Yes, it's me. I was sleeping.
Detective Summer is actually sleeping? It's only 11:30 at night. What time is it there?
It's 12:30 in the morning in Athens.
Well, in that case, good morning.
Jake, where are you? How are you?
I'm in Paris, and I'm fine, thank you.
What are you doing in Paris?
Investigating mysterious disappearances. Have you read the newspapers?
Well, I've been a little too busy to read the newspapers. I spent the day at the ancient ruins, but I didn't see any unusual activity here.
Well, you should find a newspaper and read it. You might find it interesting.
Jake, cut to the chase. I don't have a newspaper. I'd have to go outside to the magazine stand at 12:30 in the morning to buy one. Is there a problem?
The problem is that you are studying ancient ruins while paintings are being stolen in Western Europe.
What?
Vermeer's girl with a pearl earring disappeared from The Hague yesterday, and The Birth of Venus was stolen from the Uffizi Gallery in Florence.
I had no idea. No wonder I wasn't finding anything missing in Greece.
Good thing you're a detective and not a journalist. You'd have nothing to report.
Ha ha. Seriously, let's think about this. Now someone's stealing famous paintings.
Any ideas?
There is definitely a pattern here. They're both portraits.
And they are pictures of women.
The next target must be in Paris. That's why the agency sent you there.
Yeah, but I think we've already established that art history isn't my forte. I could use your help.
Don't worry, Jake. I'll be there as soon as I can.
There you are, Summer. I'm over here.
Hi, Jake.
Welcome to Paris. It's not quite as exotic as Greece, but it's an incredible city.
It is incredible, but Athens is my favorite city.
Really? I don't have a favorite city. I like so many.
Oh, come on, Jake. Everyone has a favorite city.
Tell you what, if we solve this mystery here, Paris will be my favorite city.
Jake, did you see that thing in the distance?
I don't notice anything unusual in the distance. Just some hedges.
I saw something that was poking out of the flowers in front of the hedges.
I'm looking, but I don't see anything.
You have to have patience. Whatever it is waiting for us to leave.
I have plenty of patience, but we can't stand here all night. Was it a human or just an animal?
If you had patience, you'd wait a little longer. See? There it is again, in the roses.
That's definitely not an animal. That's a telescope and it's pointed right at us.
What do we do now?
We find out who's on the other end of that telescope.
Let's walk over there. Try and act normal.
He sees us, and he knows we saw him. He's going to the metro station.
You run quickly to the closest metro entrance. I'll enter from the other side of the street.
Hurry! Don't let him escape. Where did the man with the telescope go?
It's like he disappeared into thin air.
I saw him on the train, but he disappeared in the station.
He didn't disappear in the station. I chased him across the platform, but then I lost him here in the street.
Then he must be somewhere nearby.
Well, look at that. I've seen pictures of the famous Louvre Museum, but it's much more incredible in person.
Yes, and some of the world's most famous works of art are inside.
Wait a minute. Do you see that structure in the center of the courtyard?
What structure? You mean the garden?
No, not the garden. The structure behind the garden in the center of the courtyard.
Oh, you mean the glass pyramid.
Yes, we can't get away from pyramids, even in Europe.
You're right, but this one's not ancient. It's modern.
Modern or ancient, it might be a clue.
I have a feeling the man with the telescope may try to steal something from the Louvre.
How can we know what he will try to steal?
We can't be sure, but if we were right about the pattern, it may be a picture of a woman.
Or a portrait of a woman.
We don't have a lot of time. We should separate to cover more ground.
But the museum is enormous. How will we find each other?
We can use these transmitters.
It may be that we won't need the radios after all. Look, the museum closes in 3 minutes.
I'll distract the guard before he locks the door. You sneak inside.
But what about you?
You know me. I'll figure something out.
Jake, do you read me?
Summer, is that you?
Yes. Did you manage to get in?
Yeah. I hid in a cart and someone rolled it into the kitchen before locking up.
You must be near the museum cafe. I'm on the ground floor of the Denon wing.
I don't know what that is. This place is enormous. Now I'm in a long corridor with a bunch of statues.
A long corridor with a bunch of statues? You've just described half of the Louvre.
The museum closed at 6 in the evening. I heard someone say that the night guards will start at 7 and stay until morning.
If we don't get out of here by 7, are we locked in until they open at 9 in the morning?
Yes, but it's only 15 minutes to 7. We have to hurry.
Let's synchronize our watches so there's no confusion. I have 6:30.
My watch shows 6:45. That means we only have a quarter of an hour before the guards change.
No, Jake. According to my watch and my computer, it's 6:30, not 6:45.
Okay, 6:30. We're synchronized.
I heard strange noises coming from upstairs. I think we should work together, not separate. Meet me near the Venus de Milo in 15 minutes.
I don't know what the Venus de Milo is. How do I know if I can get there in 15 minutes?
I'm sorry, I know it's all confusing. Get to the ground floor and walk in the direction of the pyramid. You're bound to see it.
I'm still confused. If I don't know what the Venus de Milo looks like, how will I know when I see it?
It's a very famous statue, Jake. It has no arms.
Someone made a statue with no arms and I'm confused?
I hear more strange noises upstairs, and it's definitely not a statue. Hurry! Psst! Over here!
Over where?
Behind the statue.
Have you heard any more strange noises?
Yes, but not for a few minutes now. Why are you so late?
Your directions weren't very good. I couldn't find the right statue.
What was wrong with my directions?
You said to go straight, but the corridor ended, so I had to go in another direction.
Speaking of directions, my computer says that the Mona Lisa is on the first floor of the Denon wing.
And so?
And so, you could say it's the most famous portrait of a woman in the world, and that's where the strange noise was coming from.
Well, what are we waiting for? Let's go.
We can't. Now there's a security guard standing in front of the staircase that goes upstairs.
Then let's take the elevator.
We can't take the elevator. He'll definitely notice us.
He won't notice the elevator if he's watching the stairs.
But Jake, the elevator makes noise. Besides, it's probably not working when the museum is closed.
Good point. So we can only do one thing.
What's that?
Distract the guard so that he doesn't see us taking the stairs.
How do you plan to distract him?
Simple. I'll just toss this coin over there. The noise will distract his attention away to that direction. Here goes nothing.
You did it! He's going in the other direction. Come on. Over here, Jake. Ah, there's the statue.
This is the Venus de Milo? What's the big deal about a statue with no arms?
Jake, it's a masterpiece.
How can it be a masterpiece if the artist doesn't know to make the arms?
The statue had arms, Jake, but they broke.
Like I said, what's the big deal about a broken statue?
Obviously, you won't be majoring in art history when you go to university.
I hear someone coming. Kneel down behind the statue.
Ouch! I can't kneel. It hurts my ankle.
Summer, they'll see you if you're standing there.
No, they won't. I'll stand behind the statue.
Fine. Don't kneel. Stand. But don't move. It's not our thief, just a security guard. That was the mysterious noise you heard?
No, Jake. What's with the attitude? It wasn't a security guard. I know what noise a security guard on rounds makes, and what I heard wasn't footsteps.
I apologize. I didn't realize I had a negative attitude.
There's no time for apologies. I have a bad feeling about this. Hurry! This way. It should be right around... I knew it! The Mona Lisa has disappeared!
Look! What's that under the frame? Did they leave us a clue?
Either it's a clue or the thief is a chicken. They left us an egg.
Brr! It's so cold. It's so dark. I can barely see anything.
It's a shame the agency didn't beam us some warm coats and gloves.
Isn't it awfully cold for September? This feels like winter.
I guess it depends on where we are. In some places, it might be cold in September, but in the majority of places, winter doesn't start until November or December.
This is nothing like September in Egypt. It was so hot there.
Wherever we are, it's not as bad as being stuck in the middle of the hot desert with no transportation.
It will be as bad if we're stuck in the middle of the North Pole with no transportation.
Don't be so dramatic, Jake. We're not in the North Pole.
Oh, really? I think I saw a penguin.
Now you're really being ridiculous. That wasn't a penguin. That's just a pigeon.
Penguins, pigeons, they both lay eggs, right?
That reminds me about our clue. The egg. Why would the egg have a picture of a helmet on it? You brought the egg, right?
I thought it was in my pocket. Maybe they teleported us, but not the egg?
Jake, that egg is our only clue.
I'm just messing with you. It's right here in my backpack.
That's not funny. Now, we have to figure out where we are.
Look at the architecture. The roofs look like chocolate kisses.
You're right. This is no ordinary architecture.
Definitely not. In fact, they look like palaces.
Actually, yes. Some of them are palaces. I've seen these kind of buildings in history class. I think we're in Moscow's Red Square.
What does an egg with a picture of a helmet have to do with art in Moscow?
I don't know, but we're going to find out. Jake, are you in there? Jake, wake up! Are you still sleeping?
I was still sleeping. I stayed up until 6 in the morning thinking about the clue.
I've been knocking on your door all morning, and you don't even answer the phone.
Wow. Sorry about that. I'm so tired with all of these trips. I didn't hear a thing this morning.
Well, hear this. I just learned from the agency that important pieces of art will disappear from Moscow by this evening. This time we can't be late.
This evening? That's... what? Less than 10 hours?
Think again. You slept all morning. It's noon. We only have half the day left.
It's already noon? I must not have heard the alarm on my watch either.
Time is running out on us. Wash up, get dressed, and meet me outside in 10 minutes.
I'll get dressed, but I wish I had some warm clothes.
Here, put this on.
Wow, a nice warm coat.
We can't solve a mystery if we're freezing, right?
Definitely not. Thanks for the coat.
Don't mention it. Now just hurry.
Hey, Summer?
Yes?
I think you'll forgive me for oversleeping when you hear my reason for being up so late. I think I know where to go.
You can tell me about it on the way.
Wow! Red Square is incredible.
It's incredible, that's for sure. And it makes a much better impression in the daylight than in the dark.
I assume it's called Red Square because of all the red bricks.
That's a false impression. In Russian, the word that means red also means beautiful. So really, it's beautiful square.
Interesting. Well, let's get a move on. We don't have much time.
Where are we going?
I've been thinking about the clue, and I have an idea. We're going to the armory.
Armory? Jake, what does an egg have to do with armor that you find in an armory?
Remember that this is not a common egg. There's a tiny picture of a helmet on it.
Yes, but what does a helmet have to do with an egg?
A helmet doesn't have anything to do with an egg, but it does have something to do with armor.
I don't understand you. If we look for a helmet in the armory, I still don't understand what eggs have to do with armor.
I didn't say we're looking for a helmet. I think the helmet is a key part of the clue.
But so is the egg. And I don't think you find eggs at an armory.
Ah, but you're thinking about an actual armory. I'm talking about the Armory Museum.
The Armory Museum? Why didn't you say so before?
I thought you already knew about it. Hundreds of years ago, they made weapons and armor for the Tsar in the armory. But now it's one of the oldest museums in Moscow.
Wait a minute. Now I remember. That's the museum where the extraordinary eggs are.
There are eggs in the Armory Museum?
Yes, the famous Fabergé eggs. They're egg sculptures with little surprises inside. Jake, you're brilliant.
I am?
You should stay up all night thinking more often.
Thanks. I think.
Come on. The Armory Museum is this way, inside the Kremlin.
So this is the Armory Museum. It's so much nicer to enter through an open front door than hiding in a cart.
Our thief will probably enter through that door also. One of us should stay by the main entrance.
Not necessarily. Just because the door is open doesn't mean the thief will enter that way.
True. The only place we know the thief will be is near the Fabergé eggs. They've got to be somewhere around here.
Look at all of the armor. Can you imagine wearing such heavy clothing?
I see an impressive collection of armor and weapons. But where is the collection of Fabergé eggs?
There they are, over there. Who would have thought eggs with gold and jewels would be so incredible?
This egg has a miniature ship inside. Look how tiny it is.
And this one has a miniature horse with a little Tsar riding it.
And this one is a miniature clock. It was made for the last Tsar of Russia.
These eggs are magnificent, but maybe you're right. One of us should watch the main entrance.
I have a funny sensation in my stomach that tells me the thief is already here.
Your stomach tells you that?
Yes, it's an instinct.
The only thing my stomach tells me is that I missed breakfast.
I'm serious, Jake. Do you think someone could take the eggs with all of these tourists here?
They took the red jaguar from the El Castillo Pyramid during the day.
I guess we'll find out soon enough.
I'm tired of waiting. Are you sure the agency said something would be stolen by the evening? Maybe they said it would be stolen in the evening.
No, Jake. I know what they told me, and it wasn't in the evening. It was by evening.
But it's already 5:30 in the afternoon. The museum closes in half an hour.
Pay attention, Jake. Anything can happen at any moment.
I have paid attention, but nothing has happened all afternoon.
Like I already said, they didn't say it would happen in the afternoon. They said it would happen by evening.
Isn't that the same thing?
No, it's not the same thing. It's different.
Well, I'm beginning to think that it's not the Fabergé eggs that will be stolen this evening.
What do you mean?
I think maybe we got the clue wrong.
We didn't get the clue wrong. It was an egg. How many great Russian works of art do you know that feature an egg?
I don't know. Maybe there's a famous painting of a chicken, or maybe an egg is just a symbol for something else.
And maybe the real works of art are hidden in a chicken coop in the country.
Hey, that's another idea. I hadn't thought of that.
Jake, I was kidding. That just demonstrates that you're being ridiculous.
I think it's ridiculous to stay in the wrong place looking at the wrong eggs, but you can stay if you like.
Jake, are you really leaving?
Summer, I'm a detective. I have to investigate the facts, not just instincts.
Okay, fine, but I'm coming with you. I can't believe we're leaving the museum.
What's the big surprise? It's closing time.
The surprise is that you're leaving the museum. We've broken into ancient tombs and the Louvre. I think we can manage to hide out here past closing time.
You can hide all you like, but I think the thief is in another part.
Please form a single line when you exit the building.
Jake, don't forget the backpack.
Thanks. I don't want to forget that.
Sir, open your backpack, please.
Pardon me?
Please open your backpack for inspection.
Why is it necessary to inspect my backpack? I'm leaving.
It's part of the security policy, sir. We inspect visitors upon entry and exit.
Jake, just open your backpack. We don't have any secrets. Fabergé eggs!
Sir, please come with me.
No, wait. This is a misunderstanding. I didn't take those eggs.
Is this your backpack?
Yes, it's my backpack, but I did not take those eggs. Summer, help me.
Jake, look who's coming over. It's the strange man we saw in Mexico and in Egypt.
Good evening, Dr. Sabato. Good evening. Thank you, Anton. These two are coming with me. Yes, sir. And I'll take the backpack, too. Yes, sir.
Who are you? And why have you been following us all over the world?
You'll find out very soon. We're taking a little trip.
Where are we going?
Well, Detective Jake, Detective Summer, I trust you two can imagine that yourselves.
How did you do that? Only the agency has the capacity to teleport us. Where are we? And who are you?
I am Dr. Sabato, and I am a teacher. This is my classroom.
A teacher? What kind of teacher?
I'm a history teacher.
What kind of teacher can walk out the door right past the police with a fortune in Fabergé eggs?
Yeah! And what kind of history teacher kidnaps detectives with a teleportation device?
Obviously, I'm not just a common history teacher.
Look, Dr. Sabato, I don't know who you are or why you brought us here, but I want to know why you've been following us.
I've prepared a little presentation for you. Perhaps it will help. Slide number 1.
That's a picture of us right after we got to Mexico City.
There we are on a street in Egypt.
And there we are in Paris, by the Louvre. He's been watching us from the beginning.
This is all very interesting, but it still doesn't explain how we were able to take the eggs from Moscow without the police knowing.
What makes you think the police didn't know?
Oh, I see. So you work with the police as well? You're a very busy man.
Not exactly. The point is that you can relax now. You're almost at the end of your journey, and I will personally escort you the rest of the way. Please excuse me for a moment, detectives. There's something I need to take care of. I'll be right back.
Hey, look out the window. I can see the Washington Monument. We're in Washington, D.C.
That's it. I bet this Dr. Sabato works for the government.
You mean as a secret agent?
Yeah, maybe he works with the CIA or the FBI.
Just because he works in Washington, D.C. and has been following us around all over the world doesn't mean he's a secret agent. Besides, he said he was a teacher.
Teachers don't follow you around all over the world and slip priceless Fabergé eggs into your backpack.
We don't know if he put the eggs in your backpack. Someone else could have done it.
If that's true, then what are we doing here with this guy? Maybe we should call the police.
And say what? Excuse me, officer. What should I do with my backpack full of stolen Fabergé eggs?
Exactly. I say we run for it. We can fly back to Moscow and return the eggs. With all of these people around, we can definitely get away.
Jake, we're not going to run or fly anywhere. We're not hostages.
The truth is that being taken against our will by a total stranger does make us hostages.
Well, I'm not going to run. I want to find out what he knows.
He definitely knows who we are. I guess it makes sense to find out who he really is.
Shh! He's coming back.
Ah, you're still here.
Of course we're still here. Did you think we would try to escape?
I'm glad you didn't try to leave.
So this is the National Mall.
Yes. Have you been in Washington, D.C. before?
I came here with my family on vacation, but I was very young.
And you, Jake?
No, this is my first visit to D.C., and it's not exactly a vacation.
I think you'll find it more interesting than a vacation. The Washington Monument, the Capitol, the Lincoln Memorial Monument, they are a proud part of your heritage.
Look, Dr. Sabato, we don't need the tour of Washington, D.C. and its historical monuments. We need to know exactly who you are and what you're doing.
I understand.
No, I don't think you do. You've got 5 minutes to tell us what's going on or we're leaving.
Have patience, Jake. It will all make sense in the proper moment.
Patience? I'm through being patient. It's already been hours and we still don't know anything about you.
Calm down, Jake. I'm sure we'll be hearing from the agency soon.
Actually, you won't be hearing from the agency for the moment. They know you're here with me.
Wait a minute. You work for the agency?
Not exactly. Let's just say we have an arrangement.
What kind of arrangement?
Please, have patience. If you follow me through these doors, detectives, I promise you that you will find it very interesting.
The Museum of Natural History? What are we going to do? Investigate dinosaur bones?
There's something here that can be considered one of the wonders of the world.
Are you going to show us? Or do we have to figure this out with a clue as well?
Let's try with a clue. 44.52 and blue.
Let me guess. You're going to try to steal a 44.52-ton blue dinosaur?
Wait a minute, Jake. I think I know the answer.
Go for it.
Are you talking about the Hope Diamond?
Excellent work, Detective Summer. I'm impressed.
I'm sure you would have been more impressed if I had solved the other clues as quickly.
If I wasn't impressed with your work, I wouldn't be here. You're an excellent detective.
Excuse me, can someone tell me what 44.52 has to do with all this?
The Hope Diamond has 44.52 carats. It's considered the largest blue diamond in the world.
Now I'm impressed. How did you know that?
What can I say? I know my diamonds.
If you'll accompany me into the gemology wing.
There it is. The Hope Diamond.
Extraordinary, right?
Wait a minute. You just took that right out of the case without setting off any alarms.
Indeed, I did. The alarm didn't sound because I control the security here.
That probably explains why none of the other thefts set off the alarms. What do you know about the missing works of art?
The answer is on the other side of this door.
The Red Jaguar. The Mona Lisa.
And look! There's King Tut's mummy.
I took the Hope Diamond for the same reason that we took these other treasures.
You took all these things?
It's been a secret operation during all the past year.
What kind of operation?
A very delicate operation. A highly intelligent group of thieves has been stealing the world's greatest treasures in front of the noses of the police officials.
So you took the matter into your own hands?
Something had to be done. My colleagues and I designed our own secret operation.
So you can steal the treasures before others do it.
We don't steal them. We work with the museums and countries to extract the treasures and keep them safe until the real thieves are captured.
We need to confirm all of this through our agency.
They already know that. Who do you think has been giving us the leads to the thieves' next target?
What do you want of us?
We need detectives like you and Summer to help keep the world's treasures safe.
But there are more experienced detectives. Why us?
We are impressed with your intelligence and dedication. Also, you are young, so no one suspects you. But the most important is that you are trustworthy.
How do you know that?
You could have left the mission at any moment. You could have run away with the Fabergé eggs when I left you alone in the classroom.
We didn't run then, and we're not running now. What's the next step?
You go back to your normal lives. But when we get any new leads, we call on you to help find these thieves.
Are you going to continue to follow us?
There's no need to do that anymore. I trust you can handle the operation on your own.
In that case, we are waiting for the next clue. I don't know about you, but I'm glad to finally have a break.
Finally is right. We've been working for so long, it feels good just to lie here and do nothing.
It's not going to be easy to go to classes.
Yeah. We get accustomed to moving around the globe, having great adventures, and then tomorrow we'll be back sitting in our desks.
Well, think about it in this way. We'll be ahead of the class in geography.
Definitely. Not to mention art history. I still can't believe that it has all been just a test.
At least we passed it. This could have all been a big disappointment.
Nah, I don't think I could have been disappointed.
Really?
Think about it. Now we know that none of the works of art we investigated were really stolen. They're being kept safe for future generations.
Well, Jake, that's a very caring observation.
I'm a very caring guy.
Sure you are.
No, seriously, when we started, I did not realize that all this art stuff was so important. Now I do.
But even more important than this is having a friend in whom you can really trust.
Yeah, you're not such a bad friend either.
Thanks a lot. Hey, our teleportation device is activating.
Already? I guess homework will have to wait.
Hold on tight, Jake. Here we go.